In the last 20 years, the Moroccan government has attempted to reform education to alleviate problems caused by its rigid tracking system. In the existing system, high-performing students are directed to sciences, which are considered more rigorous, more prestigious, and more likely to lead to lucrative and stable public sector jobs after university. Low-performing students are tracked into letters subjects, which are commonly described as mahgourin, translated roughly to humiliated, and are seen as having fewer prospects after the university. The government's current approach has been to expand the range of programs available for students to break the traditional mold of secondary degree to BA to government employment. Now the system has started offering a range of professional programs, focusing on computers, technology, and technician training, as well as offering options to study in languages other than Arabic. This has been accompanied by a rapid expansion of private education in the last 15 years. According to the most recent statistics available from the Ministry of Education, about 11% of students now study in private school. It's typically thought that these programs primarily affect those living in major cities, but in the more provincial region of Khenifra, a mid-sized city in the Middle Atlas, these policies have also had an impact, giving families with extra resources a leg up in a highly competitive, high-stakes system. Khenifra is a city of approximately 100,000 residents on the western edge of the Middle Atlas Mountains. It has a history of underdevelopment, and local lore tells of deliberate neglect because of political resistance in the early 1970s. But now, Khenifra is growing fast, with class divisions becoming more apparent as both villas and popular housing have sprung up on the city's edges. Like in Morocco's big cities, private schools have exploded in Khenifra as well. However, they have not amounted to a parallel schooling system. Most often, parents with means will send their children to private elementary or middle schools and then switch their children to more prestigious public schools for secondary education. One student I talked to, Mohammed, agreed along with his parents to share his story. He studied in private elementary school and switched to public middle school. He has done incredibly well academically, scoring among the top students in the city on the middle school entrance exam. He now studies in the elite French baccalaureate program in Khenifra's largest high school. Here's Mohammed.
There are many reasons that made me choose the BAC program, but the main reason is that the studies after the baccalaureate in Morocco are in general in French. So it's very important to start studying in French earlier than the
He
others.
insists on speaking in English, something which would be beyond the capacity of many public school students. He excitedly describes his plans to become a doctor, outlining the various salaries and prospects of different specialties. Here's Mohammed again.
About my experience with French, I began learning it from the first year of the primary school cause I was in a private school. I was studying hard at school, but my parents were helping me also at home, so I didn't find any difficulties. Now it's 11 years of learning French, and I find it's easy.
About half of his classmates similarly studied in private school. It's not necessarily impossible for students who only study in public school to advance. However, for those with means, which usually implies having parents who are public employees, private school is a clear preference. The question then is who benefits from a policy of creating many tracks? So far in Khenifra, the answer is clearly linked to economic status. Mohammed's high school, for example, draws from the richest area of town and has the widest range of programs in the city. Another high school located in a neighborhood known for poverty has no programs such as the elite French baccalaureate program, and is known among teachers as having serious behavior problems. In the short term, it seems that Khenifra has been spared the crisis of confidence in public schools that has undermined them in larger cities. In the medium term, however, changing policies and demographics may bring those dynamics further into provincial Morocco. Diversifying options may be creating new pathways for excellent students like Mohammed to stand out, but it may also contribute to further marginalization of those who are not chosen for elite tracks.